Just a quick story about this mix that I put on YouTube. How many years ago? Though? 14 years ago. Right, I used to have Ecuador and one of the other ones, some of the other ones on, I think it was Ecuador, on vinyl. And when I was in prison in Pentonville, when I was 21, when I lived at 75 St Mary's Road, and someone come in and nicked some of my records while I was there. That was one of them, Ecuador. And that was when I lived at 75 St Mary's Road, Leighton. And then they also nicked my SAIN, AI is Insane, It's Alright, Goodfellas remix. And then years later, when I was back at my mum's at Lennox Close, I was over the forest walking the dog and I saw a vinyl in a bin. And I went and looked at it and it was that record. So I got it out of the bin and I took it home, and then years later when I moved to Harlow, I put this mix together with it, and in fact I think there's two versions of Ecuador in this mix, and that's why I called it the Rusty Bin Mix, because it got stolen from me when I was in prison, and there was no break-in. I just come back and some of my records had been nicked, and that's where I lived when Princess Diana got murdered as well. I was at Trafalgar Square that night, because we get kicked out of a club for having pills on us. So we went back to mine, and I probably played that night, and SAIN. It's Alright, AI is Insane, it says. And yeah, that's the story behind this mix. That's why I called it the Rusty Bin Mix. And it's one of my favourite mixes, because someone told me Sash is shit once, and I just laughed. I said, did you just say Sash is too commercial? And they're on a rave group, so I said, you're funny. Go in the garden and have a banter around with Mr. Funny and behave yourself. But anyway, that's the story behind this mix. So anyone who wants to listen to it, you know it is, there it is now. Oh, and also this first song, this version of it, is the only vinyl I've got that doesn't mix. If you've got it on Multiply Records, which is a green cover, it might be, no, it's a green cover. When you cue it up at the start, it speeds up and slows down for some reason, and you can't cue it. So that's why I started this mix with it. There's another story to this. So this mix has got a big storyline to it. But yeah, so the record got nicked from Leighton, and I found it in a bin in Chingford. And then I got it out of the bin, took it home, and it was fine. And there's two versions of Ecuador in this mix. Look, go check it out.